Hello, my Resinettes. Thank you for being here. Thank you. I appreciate it very much. Please like, share, and subscribe so that you will be able to keep up with what I'm doing here. Because you need to look at the first, if you're a newbie especially, you need to check out the first video and then the second video. And this is the third one, which is following it. And welcome again to Sedroul's Emporium. This is the disaster station only because it's not edited and you will see some fuck ups. Royal, okay? I'm telling you. On and off, okay? And I'll try my best to refrain from being upset or show my discourse, but it happens. You know what I'm saying? Okay. To start off, excuse me because I just got over the flu, so I'm coughing and sneezing. Hold on. I'm sorry. To start off, I just wanted to mention the tapes that I use, and maybe you can share yours, you know, like let me know which ones you use or if they're the same. But this came with a kit, so I use this one, but very rarely. I don't like to use it as much. It doesn't do for me what I'd like it to do. Or, I don't know if you understand what I mean, but it just does not do what I'd like. But it comes with the kit. And then I use the shipping tape, which I really do like, except that, please, whatever you do, excuse me, make sure that if you are going to use tape, to set it up before you put your gloves on because the tape may not let go of your glove, okay? You don't want to walk around with it. So, do that. But anyway, this here, let me see, did I just, yeah, I must have come over here. But I use this one, but not as often as I do the second one that I'm going to show you. But yeah, I use this one once in a while. I like this one because it's clear. And if you put it in a clear surface, it's like you can see everything, you know. Nothing is distorted. That's why I like this one, you know. Out of all of them, to do something like that. Just give me a moment. I forgot to bend this over. I always bend the very end so that I can, there we go. And then the next one that I use, and again, not as often, is this one here. It's also considered a shipping tape. And I like it because of the hearts. But the thing is that, to me, this one gets a little busy when you're working or focusing on what you're doing. So it does tend to be a little busy. Look at this. Well, I finally let this glue itself. I'll get it though. It's getting there. So anyway, yeah, I use that. But my favorite, of course, is this one. This is my favorite of all. It's the blue Scotch. It's made for when you're painting walls, you know, to seal lock the edges. It's an edge lock, blue tape for painters at Painter's Tape. And I didn't want to get the one that was this size or smaller because they do have them in different depths. So, but I wanted to get the widest or the closest one to the widest as they could have, because you know when you use your open bezels, you need the space. I mean, I do, anyway. I need the space in case I'm going to put two bezels at the same time, you know. So I love this one. They all stick to your gloves. So if you don't want to wear the tape for the rest of the day, don't wear your gloves when you're setting it up. Just set it up first and then put your gloves on. Now, these are the resins, as I was saying, that I've been using, or that I have used. these are the UV resins, and these are the epoxy resins. Okay. I've tried several of them, like I said, and some of them just didn't work out. My very first one was from this company, Miniature Sweet. And I do like their products, except that they kind of they can get kind of pricey, you know. And now this particular resin here, the UV resin hard, thick type for doming, let me just tell you, for me, it doesn't dome the way that I'd like it to dome. Like for instance, I'd like it to dome more or less like this here, you know. And I'm not saying that you can't, but you need to dome several times before you could get to this degree here. You will get to this degree here, or you can get to this degree here for doming, a little higher maybe, but for doming. But I will not never buy this for doming again. I have their regular UV resin, okay, from the same company, and this one here for doming. Now the only difference that I saw between both of them was the fact that this one, the one for doming, is slightly thicker. But basically they both do the same thing. If I used the other one, the regular Miniature Sweet UV resin, and I did it a couple of times on the bezel, I would get a doming effect, the same effect that I would get with this. So I don't think I would purchase it again. It's a little pricey. Again, their products are marvelous, and they've got some really goodies. They've got goodies, but just a little too pricey for me, you know. Now, I went on to use this one. This was my second one. This was my second one, the UV resin. I really liked this. I really and truly liked this, and I think I will purchase another one next month. I really like this. The thing with the resin, UV resin, aside from the heat, you can use the sun to cure it. But the thing is that with this one in particular, I enjoyed the fact that it did exactly what it says on here. Transparent, quick curing. Now about the toxic free, let me just tell you, when there is smell coming out of it, that stink, okay, that male spray stink, to me that it does not indicate toxic free. But that's to me, I personally, okay? And they all seem to have the same exact ingredient, you know. So the timing on all of them, even though it will say UV curing exposure to UV light for 2 to 4 minutes, believe me, sometimes you got to do it for more than 2 to 4 minutes. As far as the sun curing exposure to sunlight for 5 to 20 minutes, I made a mistake one time and I don't know if it's associated with it, but I made the mistake of leaving it a half hour, some pieces, and they tended to be a little sticky after, even though before I laid them out they were not sticky, but they tended to be a little sticky once I took them out of the sun. So I don't know if it's related to it, but it does indicate 5 to 20 minutes, okay? And the reason that I probably left them out there that length of time is because I also do pyramids. And my pyramids, especially the generator pyramid that I make, the Tesla pyramid, organite, it's the Tesla pyramid. You could leave it outside for several hours while soaking in the sun, you know, to regenerate itself, like a battery, to recharge. So I tend to, of course, forget And when I'm using the UV, if I leave it out in the sun, I tend to leave it out more than just 20 minutes. So I'm not sure if that's associated or not. I'm going to have to experiment a little bit with some pieces just to see if that is the case. And then I can get back to you guys regarding that. Oh, look at this. Okay. Toxic free. But look what it says under note. Resin will give out odor and heat during curing under the conditions of ventilation in use. You hear that? Ventilation, very important. It's also telling you to wear gloves and glasses while using. They recommend that. Okay? But I really did enjoy this one, and I think I'll get it again. This one. I wasn't sure if they sold it in, but this comes from China, so forget it. I just noticed it. It says it made in China, which means that you're not going to get it even if you ordered it. And then later on, I tried this one. This one I like because it does, you see the high gloss? It does give a high gloss. I loved the fact that it did give a high gloss. It was really cool. And I compared it to the others, you know, the pieces that I made with this, with the others. And this does give a high gloss. It's very neat. Very neat, this one here. Lumino. But again, it doesn't say it here, but I know it's from China because it didn't come from Japan. But anyway, and this is a 60G, so, and it gives you the same exact information that the other one gives you. And this is the hard type, okay? They do have the soft type, which I would like to try because there's a lot of nice little things that I could do with that. But right now it's the hard and clear, okay? But I'm sure this one comes from China as well, so forget it. If you order it, you're never going to get it because everything there is closed right now. So my third one that I tried, and I've got to tell you guys, I am in love with it. It's from Let's Resin. Oh, I bought the smaller bottle, the smallest one that they had, and I think it was the same. It may have been the 60 grams, but it was a small one because I wanted to try it out and test it. And when I tried it, oh my goodness, I just fell in love with it. So I was saddened when I ran out of it, and I had to just order the larger one, which is 200G. And the price, I'm going to say it's a little hefty for me because I had to wait. But they're all pricey. Like I think this one was $14 or $15. This one was maybe the same amount, $14, $15, or $17. You know. And this one was maybe about the same, maybe $19.99, but it was just great. This is great. I love. As a matter of fact, I went to Let's Resin just to check them out, see what they have, and they've got some wonderful goodies in there. Goodies for resin, clear UV resin. Oh, but this is to me right now of the resins. This is the best. I just love it. I just love it. It's really cool. I love it. Now, in my epoxy, with my epoxy resin, I use Art and Glow and Amazing Clear Glass, Clear Cast. I'm sorry, the AB. This is the thing. With Art and Glow, I love it, by the way. I love this product. I think it's really cool. But I had to get used to this. I was so used to Amazing. I've used Amazing for 2 years. And I love Amazing. I mean, that's number one for me. The Art and Glow is wonderful, except that again I had to get used to it. It flows a little more, like on the watery side than Amazing. So that's why I had to get used to it. When I first poured, and I thought I only was going to pour like way less than an ounce. Whoa! It just came out like water from a fountain, and I was like, "Oh my goodness!" Now I got to get used to this. But I only use a two-part epoxy resin. I'm not into the poly. I don't like the poly. I don't like the idea of having to go through all of that rigmarole with poly. So I use the 1-to-1 ratio is what I use. So that's why I love Art and Glow and Amazing. These are my favorites. Just my favorites. I love them. I have to order Art and Glow. Art and Glow is a little pricey. I think it's pricier than Amazing. I almost said Amazon. It's I think it's more pricey than, because these two were $25, 25 or $28, something like that. But other places sell them for $29. So you have to really look, okay? And these are 8 ounces. I want to get the ones that are larger. Like these here. This is 8 ounces, but I'll show you. Excuse me. This is Amazing, and this is the 16 ounce, and I use a pump on it. I love the pump because it measures almost perfectly. Well, just about perfectly. And many times it was just perfect. Love it. But the 16 full ounces, but I just ordered the 32, 66, 32. Okay, yeah, I just ordered another one of these because I love using the pump. Not that I can't use the pump on these here, but these are smaller, and the pump has a longer tube, so it's really made for this particular bottle. So, yeah, I just ordered this one again, But this could be, like I said, Art and Glow, a little pricey. It does go it's over $25. I'm just going to say that, I've gotten this one, the 8 full ounce, which is the same thing with 8 full ounce. 8 full ounce of Amazing. Both of them, part A and B, for $19.99, But this here, I could not find it anywhere for less than $25. The least was $25.99, and so just letting you know in case you want to go that route, But they're wonderful for pyramid making or even jewelry making, even with your bezels, open bezels or closed bezels. These are amazing to work with. But the issue with this is that you have to wait. You do not put this under a light. You put the UV resin under light. But these you'd have to wait like between, I wait 24 hours just to be on the safe side. I put the first layer, I wait the 24 hours, and then I put the next layer on, another 24 hours, and then put the next layer on. But that's just me. I enjoy doing that, and I do that with the jewelry as well. But this here is just almost instant that you can have your jewelry done. What if you had an emergency and you had to give somebody a gift? Well, here comes good old UV resin. Just make a charm, a pendant for someone, a beautiful pendant for that fact, and they've got a gift. They've got a gift. So I love it. But I'm trying to make this one as short as possible so that we can actually start getting to the projects and what I call experiments in this disaster station. Okay? So we'll start slow. We'll start first with the open bezel and see how it goes from there. Okay, my little Resinettes. It was great having you here. Thank you so much for being here Love it. Please like, share, and subscribe. Catch you later.